Hello guys and welcome back. You'll have noticed that a while ago I stopped posting the I beat Minecraft in X minute type of videos, and that's because I realised that the only people watching those were speedrunners, and speedrunners only cared about fast times. So I went and I got myself a fast time. This, as it currently stands, should be verified as 63rd in the entire world, 3rd fastest in Britain, 5th fastest using the vanilla client, and the first ever female sub 20 Minecraft run. So the world's a bit scuffed. The first overworld section is probably the most scuffed part of the run. So you see that I spawn next to a lava pool and dark oak forest, and there's caves. So I decided, fuck it, I'm going to go structureless. So I head over to this cave with 3 logs. I see iron, I see coal, I see cobblestone, so I'm just going to get everything that I need. I know there's animals, so I know that there's animals that I can kill for food. My crafting's terrible. My crafting is honestly awful. It's god awful. I lost about 5 seconds just pure to crafting here. But we're going to make a furnace, we're going to make a stone pickaxe, we're going to make full stone tools, we're going to get our iron pickaxe, we're going to get our furnace, still going to get our bucket, and it's going to be nice. So I just want to talk a little bit about why I've been doing this. So the reason that I'm going structureless on this is, you'll know that if you follow my Twitch, which if you don't, there's a link in the description, I stream a lot of speedrunning there. But you'll know that I don't like doing Hive Modern, and I don't like doing structureless runs, mainly because of the lack of food, because I take a lot of unnecessary damage, and having that extra food from a village is just really nice. But recently I've decided that villages aren't all they're cracked up to be, because unless you get a quicker source of iron, doing COD strats to get a bucket and an iron pick from the golem is incredibly slow. So I'm just going to say that and smelt. But it's incredibly slow. And one of the things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get sub 4 nethers. 4 minutes is kind of the benchmark for where I want to be getting a nether. Anything slower than that, and I'm going to have a really good nether in order to play it off well. And I see some gravel in this cave, so I decided to go get some flint. Anything more than sub 4 is going to be incredibly slow, and I'm going to have to play the nether incredibly well. So I'll go get the iron out there, and I'm going to flint the steel, and I'm going to go kill the animals now. So one thing that you'll see me doing is I'm doing a thing that I like to call accelerated hypermodern, where we spawn next to a village on a coast, and you might have actually seen it there. I killed a pig and actually see there's a village here with a hotel. But I like doing accelerated hypermodern. So basically you take the aspects of different strats that you like. So you get a village on a coast, you get the food, and you get 4 beds from a village, and then you just go do hypermodern. It's not as fast as hypermodern, it's not theoretically as fast as a village, but it's a lot safer and a lot more consistent. And so I just dumped some stuff in that chest. And so I've got 4 beds. 4 beds is enough for me that I'm comfortable leaving a village, because I'm likely going to get enough string from a bastion without having to high roll to make more beds. I see some hay here, so I just grab this hay. And I'm thinking now it's 2:30, so my iron through the smelter, so I should probably be heading back. But I need to make food, and I've also not got much wood, so I'm going to go cut down some trees. And we should be all good to go then. So we're heading back on to the lava pool now. We're going to cut down this tree. And yeah, I've not actually been back in this world yet. I've not been back into this world since I ran it last night. So I don't actually know what this village was like. For all I know, there could be a blacksmith with like 20 obsidian, 7 iron in it. And I'm gonna look up some movement here because I wanted to get rid of that gravel. And so I'm going back around. But for all I know, there could be that village could be a god village, and I could have got to the nether with like 2-3 minutes faster. I'll have to go check. So I'm crafting all my stuff here. I'm going to craft an iron pickaxe, once again scuff crafting. And I'm going to craft a bucket. And I know there's water down here, so I'm going to grab the water from this cave. And then I'm going to head straight into nether. So I pick up my crafting table, and we go over to the lava pool and make our portal. The portal's very slow. I'll say this, my portals recently have been a lot slower than I'd like. But I keep fucking up on where I place lava and ghost bucketing a lot. So I'd rather do a slow portal that's more consistent than do a fast portal that's gonna fuck up every time. So we're getting to the nether just under 4 minutes. It's just sub 4. So we get into the nether and we start looking around and we don't see anything right off the bat. But that's fine because of a new tactic that was invented by K4. So we're going to turn our field of vision down to 30, we're going to switch over to easy mode. And then we're going to use the E counter in the top left hand corner to figure out where permanent mobs are. Because piglins and hoglins that spawn in bastions are permanent mobs rather than mobs that generate... But they generate on world generation, they don't generate based on where a player is in a world, like normal piglins do. So we can use the E counter to basically figure out where a bastion's going to be. And I start mining gold because I know there's a bastion that way. And I've not had a chance to properly play a bastion in a while. So I'm thinking, you know what, I'm just going to play it. I'm going to play it. I don't care where this bastion is, I'm just going to play it. So we make some gold boots. And one of the reasons I was going to play it is because all of this seems so open. It seems very open, and we can see the bastion generating here. And at the moment I'm thinking, is it housing, is it stables, I don't know. I'm thinking I'll tower over there and then go around. And then I realised that it's probably going to be a lot safer to just boat down and then tower back up. And it's around this point that I see the bridge section, and I realise, oh, this is a bridge bastion. Which is really good for me because bridge is my fastest bastion. And I'm going to try and get this gas, because this gas is going to be a pain in the arse. And I do. So yeah, it's a bridge bastion, and bridge is my fastest bastion. Theoretically, housing is faster, but I'm not entirely great at the manhunt route yet. I need to get a lot better at it. And then you see a skeleton fall. So I'm towering up. I'm trying to tower up with like blocks around me, so the skeleton can't really hit me, and I just knock him off and it's fine. But I ran out of blocks towering up here, so I grabbed some blackstone and I tower up here. And that's where we see there's a fortress with an exposed blaze spawner. So it's the good side of the fortress, which is amazing. So we know exactly where we're going. We don't need excess pearls. We don't need 3 stacks of pearls. We just need enough pearls to get over there, which is maybe 3, maybe 4 max. And so I set my hotbar for what I like to do. I wait for the hoglin to come over to me, so that when I'm going past them, it won't do anything. And the route that I'm using for the bastions is a route by 11 billion, I believe, called the dip. If it's not by 11 billion, I apologise. It might not be by 11 billion. But, so we're doing what's called the dip routing. So we're going to get piglins up into a little dip up here. So we create our dip, and then we're going to aggro the piglins by breaking a gold block. All the piglins are going to come to us, but they're going to get distracted by the gold and just run straight into the hole. So we end up having a lot of piglins here to trade with. Normally you end up with a lot more piglins than I actually ended up with here. I ended up low rolling on piglins here, which was a bit of a time loss. It wasn't much of a time loss, maybe 10-20 seconds at most. So we got our piglins in there. I hear all the piglins still being angry at me, but I figure it's not going to be much of a deal. So I get rid of some gold. I see I've got 1 pearl trade there. I know that I saw an obsidian trade earlier, but I didn't grab it. I didn't grab any of the trades. But I know that I did see an obsidian trade. So I'm going to distract these piglins with this gold, and I'm going to loot these chests. And I get 9 obsidian. 9 obsidian's great because it means that, since I know that I've already got 1 obsidian trade, I've got enough stuff from chests. I don't have to go loot any more chests. I'm just waiting on pearls, and I'm just waiting on string. And fire res. So I check my trades, and I've got 16 pearls, which, in hindsight, I probably could have left with. But I said I'm going to wait on 1 more pearl trade, I'm going to wait on 1 more fire res, I'm going to play it safe. Just based on how fast we're going. I'm going to play it safe. I've got enough obsidian, I've got crying obsidian, I got my fire res there. I've got my crying obsidian so I can 1 cycle still. And we're all good to go. I realised I've got 38 string, which is 12 or 13. I think it's 12. It's 12 blocks of wool, so that's 4 beds. That gives us 8 beds. And I'm fairly confident. I say I'm fairly confident. You'll see what I mean later. But I'm fairly confident 1 cycling with 8 beds. I'm averaging 5 to 6 beds at the moment. And there we get our 6th pearl, not a 6th pearl trade, but we get our pearl trade, and we're out. So we drop down here. That hoglin's going to aggro on us, but that doesn't matter, because we're just going to pearl straight past him. We hear the gas. The gas seems like it might be an issue, but it's not really. I'm going to pearl down here. And then the riskiest play of this entire run, is we take a second to think about it, as you can see. But we pearl onto this tower, I guess, and just block clutch. I'm very low on health. I can't actually pearl away, because pearling away and taking any sort of fall damage would kill me at that point. So I block myself in just so I can eat a bit. I block myself in case there's any wither skeletons that are going to drop down on me. And I kill this blaze and I go 1 for 1. My blaze mods this run are actually quite bad. They're not that good, to be honest. So we went 1 for 1. We go 1 for 2. Oh, we go for 2 for 2 even. And then we're just going to start mining this away. And I see this gas. I know there's a gas there. But maybe I don't see it yet, but you can hear it. Well, you can't hear it because I've muted the video. But you can see it in the subtitles. I know there's a ghast. and you'll see the ghast in a second. Hopefully. Load of blaze spawn, so I just spam click my way. And we go, what do we go here? We go 2 for 3, we go 2 for 4, oh we go 3 for 4, and we go 3 for 5. And you can see the ghast now. And the ghast seems like it might cause some issues because you can see us. So rather than deal with that, I'm just going to turn my weather distance down. And suddenly the ghast doesn't load anymore. So we're mining away these blocks, we went 3 for 5. I know there's a blaze behind me because it's shooting at me, but it's not that big of a deal, I'm not going to go for it. So we go 3 for 5, we go 3 for 6, 3 for 7. And we're just going to carry on mining everything away. And that one spawns outside, that's a bit of an issue, but it's not that big of an issue. We go 3 for 8. We can't actually kill that one, that one's just going to cause some issues now. And we go, what do we go now? We go 4 for 9, 5 for 10, 6 for 11. And so it's at this point that I'm deciding, okay, well maybe we should go for the stragglers, maybe we should go for that one that's behind us. Rather than waiting for a new spawn. But then a new spawn happens, and we go 6 for 11, and we go 6 for 12. And so I'm deciding, okay, fuck it, we're gonna go for this one. Because if this one gives us it, then that's it, we're out. And it doesn't give us it, which is epic. We could have saved about 30 seconds on the fortress if that would just drop one. But it's fine because I think we're going to get the next one here. So like I said, it's slightly below average blaze rod drop rates. But it's not that big of an issue. I realise my fire res is about to run out, so I get another fire res. But yeah, it's not that big of an issue. That one also doesn't drop. And it's about now that I'm looking at my coordinates, figuring out where I need to be to blind travel. I realise that I need to make my X go up or down, whatever. The number on X should be going bigger. And so make out a lot of wool. And I realised I don't actually have any wood, so I'm going to have to mine some wood when I get back to the overworld. And that one doesn't drop. But luckily that one does, so rather than waiting around for another one, I'm just going to leave. So we turn our render distance back up to 24, which is where I like it. We pull right down onto that island, which gives us fairly decent coordinates, but I'm going to just make them all a bit bigger, and I'm just going to go a bit further out. So I go to around here-ish, and then I start making the portal. You'll see that I can go down onto Netherrack because I'm scared that the gravel's going to update and just fall into the lava in case there's no blocks below it. Luckily it doesn't. The portal making is very slow, but we just make a portal. It's a quite good coordinates. I think we're 700, 800 blocks away from the Stronghold, which isn't bad. Luckily earlier we made a boat, so we don't have to craft the boat now. We don't have to swim or rely on dolphins. We're going to craft 14 pearls, 14 eyes of ender even. We throw one and it goes off that way. So we jump down into the boat and we don't catch the Eye of Ender, which is cool. Cool. Or maybe it broke. I don't really know. One of the two happened. Luckily we see ahead of us there's an island with some trees on it so we can get some wood to make our other beds. Which means that we can one cycle. In theory I can one cycle with 4 beds. I've one cycled with 4 beds before. My previous PB actually had a 4 bed one cycle in it. And that is the only 4 bed one cycle I've ever had. Which is kind of cool. So we're going to grab some wood here and then we're just going to carry on going out. All we're doing now is we're just going to carry on. We're going to go to the Stronghold, we're going to enter the Stronghold, we're going to enter the end, and we're going to kill the dragon. It's a fairly simple run from this point, and my crafting once again is atrocious. So we crafted our beds, and I decided I'm not actually going to sort my inventory. I like having all my beds on the top row, but I decided for some reason I'm not going to do that. Let's just not do that. And maybe that's what cost me. Maybe that's what cost me a slightly faster time on this run. I don't quite know, but we're just going to sail out. We're just going to sail out to the Stronghold. So I'm thinking that maybe it's going to be ocean exposed. The Z coordinate's quite high. The X is going down, but the Z's high enough that I think it makes up for it, and so I'm hoping it's ocean exposed. Unfortunately, it's not ocean exposed. But we turn on chunk borders because when I'm triangulating, I prefer triangulating by chunk rather than by actual coordinates. Because chunks are much bigger and the eyes always point to the same spawner chunk. So you can... There's 16 by 16 blocks. Each chunk is like 16 by 16 blocks. So if you triangulate by chunk, then that's cutting all your options by 2, 5, 6. Which, it's a lot easier to triangulate when working in such big areas. There's a shipwreck there, which is actually pretty cool. I don't grab it because I don't need it, but it's still cool nonetheless. So we're running out here. In hindsight, we've actually got a load of pearls, and we could just be pearling around now. But I'm not. So that could have made this run a bit faster, but once again, it's incredibly fast. I'm taking it. It's a good PB. It's excellent. It's so fast. So trying to get on top of the trees now, because I want to be as high as possible when I throw the eye, so that I can just get to the eye quite faster when it falls. So we're going to throw it here, and it goes off at a big angle. That's quite a big angle change. And so I'm thinking, okay, the Stronghold's got to be close. We get 5-minute lag, so I just quickly got into my escape menu and back. And I missed the MLG. I didn't even try to MLG there. And we're going to throw another eye soon, I think. I believe it's around now-ish. I could be wrong. I land that MLG. My movement's atrocious here. My movement is absolutely terrible here. But it's absolutely fine. So we're going to throw another eye. And it heads off in that direction. I missed that MLG. So we know the Stronghold's quite close to us. And at this point I'm kind of stressing a bit because this is on PB pace. And yeah, I've not had a PB for 9 days at this point. And I was racing a few other speedrunners in the girls' Discord server to be the first female with a sub 20. So I throw an eye. And based on just my knowledge of where the angles were going, I know it's got to be in this chunk, the next chunk, the next chunk, or the next chunk. So if I go 2 chunks over, if it goes forward, I know it's the next chunk. If it goes down, I know it's this chunk. If it goes backwards, I know it's the chunk before. So I know it's in this chunk now. I don't have to throw another one, so I'm going to go to 4-4. Well, I'm going to go to 5-3. 5-3 is where I like digging down. I don't think I actually like digging down to 5-3. I think I like digging down to 3-5, and somewhere along the lines my brain's just kind of fucked it up, and I've decided, no, I like digging down at 5-3. I drop into a cave here, which is odd. I get a bit confused for a second, but it's fine. We just carry on digging straight down. I turn chunk borders off, and we fall into the Stronghold. My Stronghold navigation, I think, was fairly good. It wasn't the fastest. It wasn't the best, but I do think it was decent, so we check down there first, and then we're going to go into here, and I like to count the rooms as I'm going along, so that's 1, 2, library down there, then 3, 4, 5. The Strongholds are likely not going to generate more than 5 rooms away from the starter staircase, so I'm just going to go back now. I'd recommend everyone do this. I recommend people count the rooms as they're going in the Stronghold, just because it stops you from going too far. And at this point we actually just see the room. So we get a block. But yeah, I'd recommend people do this. It saves a lot of time in Stronghold. It's a 2-eye, which is cool. I could have left with 6 blaze rods. We go into the end. And I think, I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is one of the fastest end fights. It's definitely my fastest end fight. So 1738, we're going to go set up the 1 cycle. And this is actually a weird end, because you see it's very mountainy in the middle. But yeah, so we're going to fight, but we're just checking on the dragon, make sure the dragon wasn't perching. We're going to start our hotbar. So the way I like to do hotbar when I'm towering is beds in 1 to 6, then blocks, then pearls, then water bucket. And so I set it up, and I'm about to start towering when the dragon just decides to perch. And so I'll leave you with the 1 cycle. It's very scuffed. I'll leave you with this final 1 cycle. Incredibly scuffed. But thank you all for watching. And I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye everyone. Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking shit. Oh my fucking god! No fucking... Oh my fucking god!